Welcome aboard Friday's market wrap up here at TOPGUN Options. My name is Matthew Buckley. My call sign is Wiz. Welcome aboard. Man, what a bittersweet week. We dropped our beautiful young princess off at Ole Miss. Obviously bittersweet. We flew up there. I flew up there, helped her move in, and her mom and her did a road trip. It was yeah, it was tough leaving her, but actually jumping on a plane tomorrow to head out to Colorado, to Boulder, to drop our middle son Jack off for his senior year at the University of Colorado. So bittersweet time of the year. So I apologize if not being consistent with our sit reps or market situation reports, but obviously family comes first. Before I forget, this coming Wednesday night. So we get back from Boulder Tuesday, and then Thursday we're heading back up to Ole Miss for our daughter's sorority, whatever it is. I'm going to knock out a free brief Wednesday night, August 19th at 7 p.m. Eastern. Make sure you register even if you can't attend, and I'll get you access to the replay. Head to go.topgunoptions.com/tactical-alerts-register. And just for registering, I'm going to throw 3 sample reports at you, folks. One's our bullish on America trade. Take a look at this, folks. The S&P 500 at record highs. We are literally throwing everything we can at this market, and it just keeps going higher. Now, to be clear, things don't go up forever. They don't go down forever. I get it, but man, this is the rally flag is flying, and we're going to talk about a couple reasons why the rally flag is flying. But we're going to cover my bullish on America trades, man, for a couple $1,000 today. Even if that, you could potentially make 6 figures years in the future by being bullish on America on the S&P 500. So you're going to get access to that report, and also our AI super cycle, the infrastructure report, the 10 names I'm targeting in that sector for max profit. And then finally, once you opt in your inbox is going to be our psychedelic report. We've seen Compass, Definium, Helix reporting earnings. Great explosive stuff going on in the psychedelic space. So 3 reports. Folks, these are thousands of dollars of proprietary reports, usually reserved for high net worth clients at hedge funds or private wealth management firms. So folks, I'm putting the ladder down in our tactical trade alert service. So go check those out. Okay, real quick. This just, man, I have so much to say about this, but I'm not going to take up too much more time. The Abraham Lincoln, folks. Okay, the GW is being sent to replace the Lincoln. I kind of know what I'm talking about with this. You see that patch right there? I have more than 100 landings aboard the Abraham Lincoln, day and night, man, landings. I did a little over a 6-month deployment on the Lincoln. Man, I haven't heard. So a year ago, the people that are criticizing this long deployment on the Lincoln were criticizing the Secretary of War for what? Getting steak and lobsters to our troops. Now, which lane of crazy are you in today? Do you guys know that 11 aircraft carrier deployments under Biden were longer than 6 months? Ladies and gentlemen, now I get it. It's the consecutive days at sea. It sucks. We have a saying in the military. You ready? Embrace the suck. It's the United States Navy. If I wanted an easy land-based deployment, I would have joined the Air Force, man. It's not fun. This is an oasis of the seas, and the Abraham Lincoln has been involved in sustained combat operations. Do you realize it's not in the Persian Gulf right now? Its location is undetermined. It's out in the big body of water. Why? Because Iran's trying to sink it. If Iran could kill 5,000 sailors and Marines today, they would sink the Lincoln. They have tried to. This is combat, folks. And the wives or whoever on shore, going to the media and raging about this stuff, didn't hear a word in the past. But it's President Trump, so they're going to wank about it. Ladies and gentlemen, I had 2 folks jump overboard on a 6-month deployment. Some folks with mental issues make it through the screening processes and serve. So I get it. It sucks. It's a shit sandwich, but ladies and gentlemen, it's called service for a reason. And I'm not being some old crusty, back in my day. Man, the last time an aircraft carrier was under attack by an enemy was, I think, the Guadalcanal when the USS Hornet was sunk, okay? So enough with the wanking. right? Sometimes it's got to suck. It's the military. And these are sustained combat operations, the needs of the Navy. Now, I get it. Retention ain't going to spike because of this, but the same people who are criticizing this, you would complain it's not hot enough in hell. But when I turn around and ask them, like, okay, great. So you support expanding the Department of War's budget for more aircraft carriers and air wings and sailors and Marines so they don't have long deployments? The same people say no. They'd rather fund, quality Leering centers up in Minnesota or Wisconsin or whatever those states. So, man, enough with the wanking. It's a little much. Inflation. Cooled a little. Market took that as a good sign. Hey, maybe we're not going to get some interest rate hike in September. We'll see. I think it's less than a 50% probability that we get a rate hike next month. All eyes are on, next week or 2 weeks from now with Jackson Hole. Right, so the Fed chief, Kevin Warsh, is going to be at Jackson Hole, and his words are going to be we're going to hang on every word, especially since he seems to be a man of few words. He doesn't want to give a ton of guidance from the Fed, forward guidance. So big J-hole meeting coming up. Also, what do I want to talk about? The vaporware agreement, right? So NVIDIA and all these AI names and all the tech names were accused recently of being kind of vaporware or self-funding, that self-licking ice cream cone. I'll buy this from you, you buy that from them, and they'll buy this from me, and I'll buy, the circular financing. Well, the heads of the six families, right? Barzini, Tatalia, the head of this, 6 Wall Street big firms said, hey, no, we're gonna back this debt and the collateral be chips, which age and are replaced in like a week with faster chips. This is vaporware with different wrapper on it, folks. So I still, don't get me wrong, I'm obviously bullish on the AI sector, but man, I'm ready to pound it into the dirt if or when the bubble pops, right? So I got to warn you on all this type of stuff, but that was an interesting announcement out of Jensen from NVIDIA. Folks, guess what's going on as well? There's a lot of tariff refunds going into a lot of companies like the Death Star, Amazon. And what are they doing? Are they giving it back to you who they pass the tariffs on to? No, it's going right to the bottom line, folks. So this is, really interesting that some of this tariff stuff isn't coming back to us. So that's another bullish thing for this market right here. It's really interesting with what's going on here. Okay. And then finally, it's so funny. Bill Ackman calls his new fund slumping stock price frankly absurd. Man, the billionaire investor's portfolio has trailed the broader market since he took the fund. Folks, this is what's so funny. Like, it seems like a nice enough guy went from being a screaming liberal to a conservative, which is like a Bill Maher, right? It's funny. These guys were arsonists, and now they're trying to be firefighters. But anyway, seems like a nice enough guy. But folks, why do they get airtime? Man, go look at on my web. Look at in Q2, I returned over an 80% return. Right now, when I looked this morning, I think year to date, I'm over 75% return. I love when people like this are like, oh, they're underperforming the S&P 500. I'm like, how can you suck in this type of market, man? And a lot of these folks are long-only funds, right? Me, I'm not a long-only fund. I mean, hell, we placed 5 bearish trades during some of the trades, a trade that acts like a hedge, during some of these pullbacks that printed money. I was 4 out of 5. One I missed, and I don't care because it's a trade. It's a trade that acts like a hedge. So right here, when I had a trade on, we ripped, which is great because my long-term bullish positions made money. You never lose money on a hedge or a trade, folks. Well, is it? No, you never lose money on a hedge or a trade. So all my long-term bullish positions printed money. I don't care. It's like me getting out of an F-18 after a long mission and looking at the ejection seat and going, well, you were a waste. I didn't use you today. Yeah, duh. So anyway, folks, 4 out of 5. 4 out of 5 ain't bad. But ladies and gentlemen, we, up here at record highs, man, we got a MACD crossing down here. We're open, but we're starting to look starting to look a little heavy up here, right? It might be time to come back to this, 20-day moving average or the 50-day moving average. I'm not bearish. I could not be more bullish, but man, when or if the market turns, I'm ready to reload and pound it into the dirt with some bearish S&P 500 trades. But and folks, you can be in investing, you can be bipolar, and so can I. We could be long-term bullish, right, with our bullish on America trades years into the future. And I could be short-term tactically bearish, right? Let's go look at one of our bullish on America trades, like this one right here. Let me analyze this one, folks. Look at this trade if you place this today. Buying the DEES 31 15,000 call, right? And then selling the 16 against it, folks. Your max potential loss is $3,400 to potentially make $97,000, ladies and gentlemen. What are we at? Let's just round up and say we're close to 8,000, right? There's a lot of year-end targets at 8,000. I think that's on the low side. But let's just say we're at 8,000. Do you think the S&P can double in the next 5 years? I think it's going to do a hell of a lot more than that, but just stay with me. Yeah. Well, then that's the 16,000. So these 15,000 calls, 7,500 times 2, ladies and gentlemen, this is a fantastic trade to place right now. 15, 16, bull call spread years into the future. And let me go just show you, man, the, where is it? Options. Let's deselect that. All the way, it's 1953. That's how far into the future. And look at how much open interest we are seeing right now. Take a look at this. Remember this. You ready? 15, 16, 18, 20. 38, 12, 3, 1900, and 3600. Okay, watch this. I took this screenshot in May. Look at it. There's the 15, 16, 18, 20 expirations. Now look, 34, 45, 15, 390 contracts. Let's go back to that. Remember those numbers and let's go back. Holy crap. 38, 12,390. Ladies and gentlemen, people are piling. Investors, institutions, hedge funds are piling into the longer dated S&P 500 upside call options. That's, well, I'm bullish on America for a lot of reasons, folks, but man, another reason, go read my report. What a great transition, Wiz. Go.topgunoptions.com/tactical-alerts-register, and you can go read why I'm bullish on America, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm your flight instructor, man. I also put all the bearish reasons. Xi Jinping loves the fact that we're running out of weapons, loves the fact that Iran's attack trying to sink the Abraham Lincoln, and loves the fact that we're a little distracted right now. And he's going to go move on Taiwan in 2027. I guarantee you that's going to happen. You want to bet? Inflation rearing its ugly head, jobs, the AI bubble popping, whatever. I also map out all the bearish reasons. I red team, right? That's as a Top Gun adversary pilot, that was my job as a professional red team. So I don't sit here in any position and sing sunshine, lollipops, and unicorns all the time. I look at the threats. What is going to potentially knock me down? And if I can negate those threats, I'm going to buy it with both hands, and that's what I'm doing with the S&P 500. Okay, all right, folks, one more time. Go.topgunoptions.com/tactical-alerts-register. Off to Boulder tomorrow, and then I should be able to do a Monday market outlook from beautiful Colorado, man. Hopefully, Coach Prime. Jack had a great first year out there with Coach Prime, and then he was kind of a bottle rocket. So we're putting all our eggs in Keely's Ole Miss basket, so hopefully we can get some good football this year. But I'm feeling blessed and unstoppable. If you're feeling called to it, we just posted our next retreat with Sacred Warrior Fellowship, September 25 to 27. Our August retreat is way full. Our ceremony, we have people in our fellowship trying to come, but we're full. This one, we are incorporating our new sacrament, 5-MeO DMT. So if that calls to you, if you'd like to sit in ceremony and join our fellowship, head to sacredwarriorfellowship.com. The most powerful entheogen on the planet, folks. It saved and changed my life. As a 52-year-old man on a mattress in Mexico, I did a flip. It was an exorcism. It is not for the faint of heart. Okay, I got to get going. Have a great rest of your day. Fights on. Namaste. And whiz out. God bless.